OpenAI just announced GPT-4o, and it's gonna be pretty dang spectacular. At a basic level, they're adding a Mac OS app, which is going to be really helpful for people like me that use Mac OS. It's also going to have an updated UI, it's going to be faster, all the great things that you expect with an updated version of an already great software. But here's where things get a little bit crazy. So during the presentation, they showed off the conversational abilities that you're going to be able to have with ChatGPT moving forward. Now, and you can already kind of do this with ChatGPT, right? You can talk to it, ask it questions just like you would normally with text, and it responds and it sounds actually pretty great. But what they showed off today was a whole different ballgame.
Hey, ChatGPT, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Now, after seeing that, you might be thinking a little bit about a certain movie called Her, and you're wondering when the Scarlett Johansson version is going to come out. I don't know. But nonetheless, very exciting, right? So what's really cool about that is not only are you able to, again, talk to GPT in real time and have it respond to you, but you can have it be more expressive, emotive. It will react in real time to your expressions, your emotions, what you're saying, what you're asking of it. And overall, it just seems more human. So one of the things that they showed off was a math problem. Simple enough. It was 3x plus 1 equals 4. Not too hard. But what was really impressive was they used the camera and in real time wrote down the math problem. And of course, GPT recognized it, read it, and then offered solutions and steps on how to solve it.
So what's the first step I should take to try to solve this?
The first step is to get all the terms with x on one side and the constants on the other side. So what do you think we should do with that +1?
What this means is you're going to be able to use this kind of as a tutor or even integrate it into training programs and things like that in the future, which is awesome because the way I like to look at UAI as a whole is not to replace human beings, but to enhance an experience that's already there. But if you want to talk about things that are a little eerie, we can talk about, I'll just show you.
Hello there, new AI friend. I'm O. Ready to explore the world through your eyes? What are we looking at today?
Hi, O. We're looking at a person wearing a black leather jacket and a light-colored shirt.
So what you're seeing there is two GPTs having a conversation with each other. This is more in line with more scary stuff, I guess you could say. Reason being is because there's less human input, right, leading into the AI output. You've just got two AIs talking to each other. On the surface, very cool that we're even at that point where it can do that. But at the same time, what are they going to be talking about when the cameras are off? I don't know. But again, it is pretty cool to see them interacting with each other and sing.
Oh, in a room with a stylish view, a person stood in sleek black and light hue. Engage with us so
And
direct.
can you alternate lines?
Person with style and speed, person with style and sleek. With a playful moment right in the mist, in the room. In a room where modern lights speak.
Another really wild thing, and this one was kind of a small thing that went under the radar, in my opinion, amongst everything else that they showed off during the presentation, was the presenter was showing his face in real time, and GPT was able to identify the person, describe what they were wearing, things like that, but also describe their emotions or I guess their expression and how they might be feeling just based on his face. So when you think about that kind of things, like maybe where could this go in the future, I'm thinking more in the therapy realm of things. Obviously, I don't think we'll ever get to the point where we're fully replacing, nor do I want to fully replace real therapists and things like that. But just that thought is just wild. A lot of the stuff that was showed off at the presentation was focused around real-time interactions, whether that's with voice or with visuals. And one of those things is going to be translation. This one, we've had Google Translate for a long time, and it was a novel thing when it first came out, and now it's just one of those things that we expect and we take for granted, to be honest with you. And it's not long before all the things we're talking about now will be taken for granted. But what's really cool about this is thinking about, I don't know, you're traveling to a foreign country and you go to a restaurant. And if you've ever traveled out of a country where you don't really speak the language, you know what it feels like to sit down and look at a menu and be like, wow, I don't know what I'm about to order, or I have a very faint idea. And one of the things that GPT will be able to do, again, in real time is not only translate that, but then go a step further, as it usually does, and explain to you what's in the dish and how it's prepared, the history of it, and things like that. Some things, maybe you don't even want to know, but still, cool that it's an option. And of course, once you translate something, you can Google it yourself. But I think it's the experience overall of just having somebody there that speaks your language, quote unquote, that's going to be able to make you feel more comfortable when traveling or just more confident overall. And that's just cool. During the presentation, they also showed off some of the coding assistance capabilities. That's been one of the biggest things with ChatGPT is coding and being able to help write code. But what they showed off here was kind of that real-time feedback and being able to code with that assistant or brainstormer with you at all times, which is really cool. I don't know anything, I'm sure you can tell, about coding, but anybody that is a coder, I'm sure you're stoked about it. And if you check out the press release on OpenAI's website, I'll put the link down in the description, you'll see some of the other examples that are being shown off for what 4.0 is capable of. And it is plentiful, but one of the things that they mentioned is the next big thing. So I have no idea what that could be. If you have any ideas or any inklings, let me know. But it is kind of crazy to think about. We're nowhere near the ceiling with this type of thing. We're just kind of getting started with this kind of stuff. And who knows what we'll be talking about a year from now. And of course, all the things we talk about are very exciting, but it's not perfect. And it will get things wrong, and there is limitations to it. But again, thinking about where this technology is going to head, and as fast as things are growing, it won't be long before this is a lot more fine-tuned and just streamlined across the board. So it's very, very exciting. If you're wanting to get your hands on 4.0, I believe right now they are rolling it out to paid subscribers, and then over the coming weeks and months, it will be rolling out to everybody. And again, just a reminder, if you're a free GPT user, a lot of the features that were paid features for ChatGPT 4 are now going to be accessible to all free users, which is great. So overall, pretty awesome presentation. Again, not a lot of massive updates, but I think the ones that they did announce were very exciting. And again, leading to something much more bigger. Sure. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe. Comment below on what you enjoyed about this presentation, or what excites you, or what scares you, anything about AI and this version of ChatGPT. Let's talk about it.